coordinate plane is just a grid, like a map kind of, to find a specific location. So there's some parts to the coordinate grid, coordinate plane, whichever you want to call it. It has two axes. It has the x-axis, which is here, the horizontal one, that's the x-axis, and it has the y-axis, which is here, the vertical one. And you use those to find points on the coordinate grid. It also has an origin. Origin is like the starting point. The origin's right here in the middle where the two axes cross, and the coordinates of the origin is 0, 0. It's 0 on the x-axis, it's 0 on the y-axis. So it's ordered pair, which is the way you name points in an ordered pair, is 0, 0. And there's a couple ways to remember it. It's alphabetical. The X always comes first, the Y always comes second. That's one way to help you remember which order to put your ordered pair in. So if we look at an example of a coordinate plane here, I've got a little plane down here in the corner because a coordinate plane is kind of like an airplane, because you start at the origin, the airport, and that plane can't just take off up into the sky. It has to fly down, go down the runway before it can take off. So when you're finding the coordinates of a point, you have to go down the runway. Oops, moved the wrong thing. Let's go down the runway and then up into the sky. So the coordinates of the point that we've got right there we're going over 3 from the origin. Then we're going up 4. So our coordinates right there for that point would be the ordered pair 3, 4. That's the ordered pair that labels that point. So let's pick another point. Let's pick this point right here. I'm not very good at drawing the circle on there. Okay, let's try that again. If I pick that point right there, I'm going, look at my airplane, I'm going down the runway. I'm going over 1 point and up 5. So my ordered pair for that point on the coordinate plane would be 1, 5. You should always put the X first, the Y second. If you have a point that's on the axis, let's look at that. If you had a point like right here on this 5, what would its coordinates be? Mine's kind of below the line, but you're just going down the runway. You're not taking off at all. So the coordinates for that point would be 5, 0, not going up at all. So let's look at a couple more examples. Now this coordinate plane is showing, see there's arrows on the ends of the lines. Those arrows mean it can go on and on and on. A coordinate plane is endless, but it's like you run out of paper. You don't have enough room to draw anymore. But this is showing all 4 quadrants. We're just working in this right here. This is quadrant 1. This is quadrant 2. You usually write those with Roman numerals. Quadrant 2, quadrant 3 is down here. Quadrant 4 is over here. But these have negative integers in them, and that's not something we're going to work on just yet. We're just going to stick to this first quadrant. So in the next page, I'm just showing you the first quadrant. The rest of it, there's arrows there. It's still there. It's still part of it, but it's not on there because we're just working in the first quadrant. So let's get our airplane out again. We're going to go, if we wanted to know the location of the gas station, down the runway, then take flight. So the coordinates of the gas station there would be over 2, up 5. So the gas station would have an ordered pair of 2, 5. Let's say we wanted to know how far would we have to travel. Let's say we want to go from we're at the hospital and we want to go to the bakery. Well, here's the hospital right here. So we're going to have to go up 1, 2, and then over 1. So to get from the hospital to the bakery, it would take 3 steps. 3 movements on our coordinate plane. We'd have to go straight up and straight over. So have fun with your coordinate plane, finding some